All right. Old school economy, future plans. You know what? I'll just record this. Just, you know, we'll record. We'll do a face cam ramble this time. I'll just record it, get free money from YouTube. Whether you're selling your PVM drop, stocking up for your next PK trip, or simply in the market for skill boosters, the economy underpins everything in RuneScape for non-iron players. Okay, this doesn't include this. That doesn't bother me. It might sound a little what? Why did I think dirty? It might sound a little dry, but it's pretty. It's actually pretty interesting to think about how all it works, and we reckon we have some pretty good solutions for keeping it healthy and improving your game experience, including more bank space. Read on, and we'll explain. First things first, how does the economy work in old school? Well, item prices are dictated by players, and they fluctuate based on the number of coins available in the game. Essentially, if there's more gold coming into the game than there is leaving, then we experience inflation. The value of gold falls, so items cost more to compensate. If the demand for an item goes up, it will rise in price. If the demand of an item is higher than the demand... Oh, sorry. If the supply of an item is higher than the demand, prices go down. Being a very financially literate lot, you've been asking us to pay close attention to the game's economic health. So we went and hired some actual real-world economists to help us. We had a really good series of discussions with them, and today we're going to talk about our findings. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Get taxed. You should have been an Iron Man. You chose not to limit yourselves. All right. The Grand Exchange is OSRS's auction house, and the vast majority of player-to-player trades take place here. It is currently untaxed, but to help remove wealth from the game and slow the rate of inflation, we'd like to explore taxing items that are sold on the Grand Exchange. You know what they say in old school, nothing is certain except PKing and taxes. We're thinking of adding a tax amount of 2% that would be removed from the final sale value. This means there would be no change to what the buyer pays, as the tax cost is always passed on to the seller. In case of selling multiple stacks, the tax would be applied per item sold rather than the total received. The Grand Exchange interface would be updated to clearly show how much tax the seller would have to pay if their sale is successful, so don't worry about hidden costs. All right. I will read your guys' comments at the end, so if you guys have something really cool to say, just, save it, because I probably won't read it right now. I'm going to get through this thing first. Item sync. While the introduction of the Grand Exchange sales tax... Okay, I'm losing it. While the introduction of a Grand Exchange sales tax helps reduce the amount of gold in game, it doesn't reduce the number of items available. Old school RuneScape generates many of its most prestigious items via loot from bosses or raiding dungeons. The rate of these items entering the game depends on the number of people playing that content. Many encounters within old school are instanced, meaning that the number of players is unlimited. It's not even capped by the number of game worlds available. This can lead to more items coming into the game via drops than there are actual players to use them. Old school has almost no mechanisms whereby such items may be removed from the game. Some items have very specific situations that delete them, such as the Abyssal Tentacle, which consumes whips. But this only syncs very specific items, so it's not a scalable solution. We can use items as payment for in-game fees. For example, Death's Coffer allows players to sacrifice any tradable item worth more than 10k coins, adding their value plus 5% into a coffer that can pay down certain in-game fees. This can work for any item in theory, but in practice, the fees in the game are so low that players need never sacrifice any high-end items like this. With the introduction of the Grand Exchange tax, there is a huge opportunity to introduce effective and scalable item syncs. How will we achieve that? Well, we could use the tax collected from Grand Exchange sales to purchase items from other players with the simple intention of deleting said items once the purchase is complete. Essentially, rather than just deleting the coins that are taxed, we can spend them on buying items off players and then delete those items. This doesn't need to be the case for every item in game, of course. We'd have the flexibility to pick and choose. How does it work? When a tax trade takes place through the Grand Exchange, we'd allocate an amount of wealth from those taxes to a virtual coffer. This coffer would be used to fund the purchase of specific items that's chosen by us and based on the estimated quantity of the item entering the game per day and the amount we'd like it reduced. I hope they're gonna display this, have it presented to us, not just hidden. This is what would happen if a player creates a sell offer for an applicable item. If the virtual coffer's funds are below a specified item's value, we do not interfere because we can't afford to buy the item. The player's sell offer is created normally on the Grand Exchange. If we've already removed the required amount of items for the day, we do not interfere because we don't want to create supply issues. Again, the player's sell offer is created normally on the Grand Exchange. If the virtual coffer has enough funds and the number of items removed for the day hasn't hit the limit, then instead of creating a sell offer, we delete the item and immediately pay the player a number of coins minus the Grand Exchange's tax. This does look cool. I agree. Here's what we're thinking of adding to the Grand Exchange tax item sync. Spectral and Arcane Shields, Nightmare Staves and Orbs, Twisted Bow, Elder Maul, Kodai Insignia, Din's Bulwark, Prayer Reward Scrolls, thank you. God Swords, Armadillo Armor, Bandos Armor, Ceradoban Sword, Zamorakian Spear, Abyssal Bludgeon, Kraken Tentacle, Trident, Dark Bow, Smokestaff, Occult Necklaces, Toxic Blowpipe. Cool. No, this is not final and is subject to change. Are there any other items you think we should add? Let us know via one of the feedback links at the bottom of this post. Now you've seen the detail, it's important we highlight our intentions with these changes before moving on. The economy plays a crucial role in Old School, and ensuring it remains healthy is integral to the future health of the game. As such, we do not intend to pull the introduction of the Grand Exchange tax or the item sync inclusion, as we consider these changes a matter of integrity. However, as always, we'd love to hear your feedback on how the two systems might be improved. Yeah. I mean, I can see, this is very picky and choosy. I'm not an economist, whatever the hell. So I don't know how this shit works. So we're just going to have to trust the experts, Anyway, additional bank space. We're always asked about increasing the size of the bank. Why do they capitalize? I guess, I don't know. In the past, we've been held back by technical constraints, but we have good news. Following some game engine changes, we've been carrying out tests, and we can now increase it by a lot. Fuck yeah, thank God. The current bank size is 800 for pay-to-play, 400 for free-to-play. However, 8 extra space they're given for having a bank pin, and a further 8 for enabling the authenticator. So technically, the maximum bank size is actually 816. However, with this potential update, the maximum size could be increased to 1,200. All right, I want that. You'd be able to go to any banker and pay them for additional bank space. Bankers will sell bank space in blocks of 40, with each block costing more than the last. You'll, of course, be able to buy multiple blocks of space. I'm so fucking excited about this. To buy multiple blocks of space in one go if you're feeling flush. Buying bank space would be non-refundable. Oh, yes. Oh, God, look at that. Non-refundable and permanent unlock. Let's take a look at each bank. Dude, I'm going all out. I'm not even kidding. I'm going to spend 888 million gold on this shit. That's why I'm doing Blast Furnace. Now I have an excuse. 888 mil. Bro, I'm not even kidding. I fucking love this. What up, Ayuza? This is actually perfect. I'm so glad it's not like 20 mil to like appeal to Redditors, like, 1 mil's too much. Like, I'm so glad it's such a huge amount that it's actually like gonna make a dent in it's actually a good gold sink. Good shit. With all of the above, there are still 40 bank spaces left over. As before, these extra bank spaces will be given for having a bank pin and authenticator. However, it's not just 8 spaces for each. Now it'll be 20. Much space, very roomy. That's awesome. That's awesome. This is really sick. I am super fucking happy about this. I wonder when it's going to come out, though. Don't pull it. Okay, don't pull this. This will pass, but don't pull the fucking prices, please. Please don't pull the prices. Literal gold sink. Yeah, so the gold sink is quite literally a gold sink. We know how much you love to show off your wealth. What better way to showcase how deep your pockets run than by adding a sink made of gold into your player-owned house? Yeah, I'm not going to buy a gold sink. That's stupid. For me personally, like, you can flex all you want, but that's a waste. That's a waste of money. Okay, what else? Oh, that's it. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. So, I'm fucking excited. I think this price is perfect. So, listen. Pay to play. Look, it's only 20 mil. It really is only 20 mil to get 1,000 bank bosses, but it'll be 1,040. It'll be 1,040 because of the authenticator and pin. So if you just want 1,000, that's 10 mil. That is fucking nothing. And I'm glad it goes up so steep. It reminds me of my cheerathon I did last week. So this is really exciting. 888 mil. I am definitely going to pay it. I'm going to save up enough money to go all out instantaneously. I don't even care. And yeah, I think this is great. What do you guys think? We'll cover some chat quick. I'm still recording this. I'm going to upload it real quick. Okay, at me. Put an at if you have an actual question. Don't spam at me, please. Just at me. You know what? I could actually bring this over here. There we go. All right, let's take a look at your guys' shite. All right. Finally, some bank spaces for my UIM. You have to at me for me to read it. You have to at me. Coffer thoughts for the bank space. Nope. I'll be completely on. Oh, okay with it. Umamersky. Okay. Wait. Let me rephrase that.
Lumamersky _ just subscribed.
I actually think the Death's Coffer could work, although there might be problems with that. People might abuse the Death's Coffer. They might find really quick, really easy ways, or they'll manipulate the price on the Grand Exchange for an item to just hit it to 10K, and then they'll just buy all the bank space. So honestly, either way they go, I don't really care, but I am totally okay with them coming out with yeah, like I agree with Aiza right there. I think it will be abused. I think spending actual gold is it sucks for Iron Man, like it does, but I think it's the fairest way to do it. And it actually makes sense to pay actual gold to a banker rather than like, oh look, I put in all these arcane scrolls. Come on, just give me free bank space. So I think you guys should go with actual gold. And keep in mind, guys, it's 20 mil. It's even 10 mil. To have your bank have 1,000 slots, it's only 10 mil. That's really... And when you're an early game Iron Man, like, it's not even bad. Why do I keep doing that? There we go. Okay, I've missed some things. Opinion on devaluation of bank space, management skills. I don't know. I mean, it is efficient to not spend money on bank space. So if you can still manage having 800 slots, good for you. You're saving money. Don't think the Harm Orb or Inquisitors / Tebow need increasing in price. Yeah, there'll be a lot of community posts like on Reddit talking about what items should be good. It's all God Wars dungeon bossing items though, so pretty expected, sadly. It means botters who do Zora will be able to make more GP. Toxic blowpipes are removed. Yeah, I think they'll... I don't think this is like... a list that's like permanent. They can change out items. Main accounts won't spend their GP on bank space. What? Why do you need a huge money sink like this on Iron Man? Because people keep... I don't know. This is... What do you mean? Like, why do we need it? I don't know. For fun? You don't need the bank space. We're already getting free bank space just from this already. We're already getting up to 840 for free. Totally free. Again, you don't need to do this. That's the cool thing. Okay. Does this not technically mean that Jagex is choosing what price an item is going to have on the player run market? Yeah, that's why I'm just trusting the experts. I don't know how to do this. Okay, you guys aren't adding me, so let's read some other shit you guys have said. What if you could use the item on the banker for -10? Again, it could be abused. It could be abused. Iron Man, like, you don't need 1,200 slots. Like, you really don't need to pay 500 mil for the last 40, but some crazy motherfuckers will, like me. Does this... Okay, wait, I already read that. Charge Iron Man 1 mil a month to keep iron status. Oh god. So what do you guys think? I don't know. I'm pretty happy with this. I'm gonna end the recording soon if we don't get anything else. If you guys have any other questions, link them before I end, and then I'll upload this to YouTube real quick. But yeah, it looks exciting. If they want to add more bank space, I want more bank tabs. That would be cool. That would be cool to have more bank tabs. I agree with that. I don't know if they're going to plan to do that. Is there any items you would like to see added to the item sync? Yeah, there's probably a lot, but I'm not going to go into it that much. Is water wet? Yes. Also, interface reword would be nice. Don't you think it is unfair that Iron Men have to pay the same prices, though? No. We chose to limit ourselves. But you know what is unfair? That Iron Men can't use items on their collection log to fill it out. Mains chose to not limit themselves, and now the Irons are punished for these mains choosing to not limit themselves. But that's a different topic. Write that down. All right, I think we'll end it here. Wrap it up. It's been about 16 minutes. So, yeah, cool shit. Good job, Jagex.